Hi Gemini, welcome to your unexpected reading for 2020. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below. If this is about you and another person, this could resonate with theirs or your moon, rising, or Venus sign. Alright. Okay, Gemini. Unexpected for Gemini. Seven of Swords. Knight of Swords, that could be Aquarius. Ace of Cups. 10 of Swords. 5 of Cups. Ace of Swords. Okay, all these swords and like one cup, Gemini. Okay, so what do we got here? Okay, so is this someone that wants forgiveness? What's okay? Looks like you got someone, Gemini, wanting to work things out. It's this Knight of Swords. And a hothead. Knight of Swords, 8 of Pentacles. Okay, doesn't have to be a person. Knight of Swords, 8 of Pentacles. It's this Ace of Cups. This Ace of Cups. 6 of Wands. So, is this someone coming back in saying they want to work on things? And they're asking for forgiveness? What's this 10 of Swords for Gemini? 4 of Pentacles. Interesting. Yet you're not budging. What's this 5 of Cups? Lovers. So, here you are doing your own thing and you're good. And what's this? This could be Gemini, Taurus, or Libra, but it feels like it's this Ace of Swords. You got new communication coming in. This is after kind of a, golly, this is happening across the board. That and the thing is, you're just like, well, okay, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna go do my own thing, and you might have even started something, something new, and then it looks like someone is reconsidering. And then there's the other thing where you're just like, yeah, no. So you got where you're good. Things are working out for you. You're good. You're over the worst of it. You're doing your own thing. And yet now you got someone coming back that seems to be rather remorseful and sad and might even be asking for forgiveness and wants to work on things and wants to, this could be a second chance. Right here, because it's about commitment and choice also, like, choosing. And it could very well be that you're just like, I don't know, we can talk, but I'm not going back to this, because it could be that you have plans for other things or other people. So you're not returning to a situation where someone blew it, basically. This feels romance related, doesn't feel like work, doesn't feel like this feels like, it could be social, it doesn't have to be romance, it could be family, but it does not feel work or money related. So this feels in the area of social. There's somebody, you are kind of unscathed, and you've got someone coming back in that is sorry and wants to talk, and you're kind of not really that into it. I mean, you're okay with it, but it's not going to lead to what I think the person thinks it's going to lead to. Like, you're still doing your own thing, and there's a lot you might not be telling this person. It could very well be too that you've started something else with someone else. Like you're staying largely independent, because whoever this is messed up, and you're not giving them a second chance to mess up again. And so they're coming back in thinking that they might have a chance, and you're just like, yeah, I'll listen to what you have to say, but I'm unmoved. Why has you unmoved? It could even be that you've got someone else coming in, or that you're pursuing someone else that you aren't going to tell this other person about, because perhaps you don't have much faith that it's going to go anywhere. It feels like you're not really into it like the other person is. It kind of feels like too, like this person is kind of all over the place emotionally, and you don't have any time for that. So whichever this situation is that they messed up, and you're like, all right, fine, okay, well, they're kind of coming back in, and I think they're thinking that it should be more impactful than it is, because I don't think you're very swayed by it. I think you've actually got a few new things started with other people, and I think you're the only thing for them. So they're really kind of just, they're a lot more affected by this, I think, than you are. This is kind of like, meh, whatever. You're happy doing your own thing. For the Geminis I'm reading for, you're kind of independent anyway. But you've got someone that you are not really worried about anymore, and yet they're very much still, I don't know, it feels like they're It feels like they're thinking that you would be more into this than you are, and you're kind of not. You've moved on already. And it could very well be that you've got someone new here. What else for Gemini? The Maiden. Okay. A new relationship blossoms. Well, okay then. All right, so that's where the new one is, because this is you're probably dating, you're on social, or you're connecting somehow, and yet this other person isn't. They haven't been able to really get past what you two had. So this is you're not sure what you want to do yet. You're keeping all of your options open. You're not telling this person though. You're probably open with the new people, but you're not telling this other person coming back in what's going on, because quite frankly, I think they might be a bit fragile and they might not be able to handle it. I think this person, part of the reason maybe why you ended it with this person, or it was ended, is they're kind of possessive and jealous and kind of clingy, or kind of, and I don't mean that disrespectfully, but this is someone that's kind of going through a lot, and they're in a lot more of need than maybe you're comfortable giving. This is someone that expected a lot of their partner that might not have been very realistic. So this is probably like, yeah, okay, might have been getting kind of stale anyway, or kind of too much for me anyway. So whatever drama happened was an easy out, and they just feel kind of erratic and intense. And the Geminis I'm reading for, you're not like that. That's too much for you right now. You're not ready for that. You don't want that. That doesn't want. Nah. So this is more you kind of being like, well, it's a natural break then, because it was kind of going down that road. I don't really want it to be that way anyway. The Lovers, Gemini, Taurus, or Libra. So this is quite possibly the new one coming in. I think you're closing out the old one, though. I think you're dating and you will meet a new one. But I think with this old one, I don't know, because I just feel like you're not really that moved by them coming back. And it very well could be because you got your sights set on somebody new. Okay. And the thing is, this person didn't come back in by your invitation. So it's not like you're playing around or you're being cruel by entertaining what they have to say. You're merely listening, but you haven't decided yet. So it's not like you're running a game and you're being a jerk or anything like that. This is just, they didn't come back by your invitation because you're like, okay, one and done. Got it. We're okay. But then here they come and they're like, I'm sorry, I was just going through a lot. And you're like, that was a lot for a lot. Like that, just maybe we shouldn't then, because I can't be what you need. And I just feel like it's not that big of a deal to you, whereas this other person is kind of all over the place emotionally, and they're in a lot more need than they are in the want. So anyway, for the Geminis I'm reading for, this is about quite possibly a new relationship with you coming off the heels of another one. But there's something about you starting something new and then someone coming back in that maybe you don't know what to do with. I don't know. It's weird, because it's like for some reason, you're not really mad. You just are kind of listening to what they have to say, but you're much more into the new thing in front of you, but you're still listening to what the other person has to say. Is it out of like charity or wanting to give them closure, or just because you're like, okay, I appreciate the sentiment, thanks so much? Because whoever you're dealing with feels like it's a lot more to them. I think that you might, maybe you don't know how much versus what you feel versus what they feel, because it feels like they're feeling like they're trying to work their way back, and you're just like, oh, that was nice of them to say. That's cool. Okay, yeah, we can, we're cool. It's okay. And I think it's more to them that maybe you don't know about, because it looks like you're gravitating towards this new one, and then here they come, and you're just like, you're not realizing maybe the impact. Not that you have to, because you've got something new in the works here. Yay for that. Yay for that. I don't know. I'm worried because I feel like this person is in a low spot anyway, so they're more in need of comfort and solace, and you don't have it to give because you're on to better things. And I don't know that they got the message for that yet. And I think they might be expecting differently of you, and I think that might need to be made clear, because if you haven't started the new relationship yet, you got something coming in here. You got something coming in. Look at that. Ace of Cups, Six of Wands. So, with the lovers, with the new relationship, I mean, come on. And the thing is, like, everything's so all over the place with closures, or, you know, it's like it changes by the hour, by the day. So this is, you're not wasting any time here, and you're still doing you and still having your fun, and it's like, okay, no hard feelings. I'm moving on. But I feel like your person's... What else for Gemini? Okay, so we got the Queen of Pentacles and we got the Four of Pentacles, both of them on their side. So this is you just kind of like, okay, well, you know, it wasn't a real... It feels like it was kind of like easy come, easy go, or there wasn't a real attachment to it. It wasn't very stable to begin with. It might have been just a physical-based relationship or whatnot, but it just, part of the reason why it didn't work is because it didn't have, it's not that you're looking for the stability, but you certainly don't want to court chaos. Like, you're not into that. So it doesn't have to be for real and committed and whatever, but it also does, you don't want someone that just is in chaos or crisis all the time. Like, there's got to, that you're not into that. For whatever, I mean, fine. So, because that has a potential to destabilize you in your life, and you recognize that, and you're like, nope, I'm capable of doing that all on my own. I've got, you know, I'm working. It feels like I'm talking to students here. It feels like I'm talking to people that have like 2 jobs, or that they're just really busy. They got a lot going on, and they're not really wanting to court anything serious or life-changing. They don't want anything dramatic, or so, because I keep recycling what I'm saying. Point is that you're not into someone that there's more crisis and drama than there is stability, and let's get to know each other and see how this goes. It feels like this didn't even get off the ground before the drama hit, before the crisis hit with this person, and you have a suspicion that it's largely manufactured. So you're just like, yeah, I'm not into that. So you're going off and doing your own thing. You even found somebody new, and then here they come. And I think you might be trying to keep them at bay or kind of manage them. That might be why you're kind of nice to them and just kind of listen to what they have to say, because you don't want them to escalate and freak out on you and mess up your flow with this new thing. I think that's what I'm worried about. I think it feels like you think you can manage this person coming back in while you got this new thing starting. And because you kind of know that this person, so maybe there's this, that's what the sneaky stealthiness is that you're trying to kind of keep this person at bay without saying, look, I've moved on, and them going, what? And freaking out on you, because eventually you're hoping, okay, they'll just get distracted by somebody else and move on. So you're kind of having to manage and juggle 2 separate parties here. One you're very interested in that you haven't told about the other, and you haven't told this one about, okay, so that's why. That's what it is. Okay, all right. Yeah, okay, because I'm like, wait, could this be about work too? That you got laid off or fired, but it doesn't slow you down. Whatever happened, whatever you got separated from, whatever, there's no love loss. You're unscathed. You're like, okay, on to the next one. Like, you take it in stride. So whatever is happening, I think the unexpected and like is being pursued from something or someone from your past. That's what the shocker is here, is that you weren't expecting that and you've moved on. Yeah. Okay. All right. I hope this was helpful, Gemini. Just, you know your situation best. I just hope you know what you're doing by managing, kind of doing like this, managing both parties. You know what I mean? Because it feels like you're kind of walking a tightrope. So, and this looks good. You're like into it, but for some reason you're having to manage. Okay. All right. Hey, hope to see you in the next reading. Thank you for being patient with me while I got it all out over and over again. And you take care. Much love to you, and bye.